Hey guys, it's Will from Magic the Friendly Tavern, and today we're going to be looking at my rock deck that I'm running in Explorer. Yes, it's a rock deck. What is a rock deck exactly? Well, a rock deck is a mid-range deck that looks to use Llanowar Elves to skip up into the 3 and 4 drops and put out something very nasty. Besides putting out something very nasty, we do run removal. Mainly removal. We want removal that blows up any type of permanent. We don't have a lot of access to that right now. As being a free-to-play player, I can't exactly. I'm out of rare cards, so I can't make 4 Assassin's trophies right now. I have to wait until I get more rare cards to do it, more rare wild cards to do it. But we run a little bit of removal, but we run like Thoughtseize and Duress. We run so that's 6 hand disruption spells right off of turn 1. So we're going to be hitting those pretty often. Thoughtseize acts like a removal spell for anything. We get their best card, and we get to see what their game plan is. Duress, we get their best non-creature, non-land card, and again we get all that free information. We have Bloodchief's Thirst to destroy small creatures, or we can kick it to destroy large creatures. That's fine too. And it also hits planeswalkers, which is really good. We have Infernal Grass to take out creatures. Um, you have a Substance Trophy to destroy anything. No problem. And we have Meat Hook Massacre as a catch-up card to kind of catch us up if we're behind. Comes in handy a lot. We have a Blood Pact, so we can draw more cards. And that's it until we talk about our threats. Llanowar Elves is just there to ramp us and make sure to smooth out our green. We need double green turn 2, and that's hard in this deck. It really is hard in this deck. So we want Llanowar Elves there so we can sometimes turn 3 play our 2 drops or turn 2 our 2 drops off of a forest and a Llanowar Elves while still being able to play a swamp turn 2. So speaking of our big beaters, let's see. All of them are overcosted size-wise for what you're paying for them. So I'll give you an example. This Barkhide Troll is a 2-mana 2/2, but it enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter. So it is actually a 2-mana 3/3. A 2-mana 3/3 is great. That's exactly what we're looking to do. We're looking to go above and beyond the creatures our opponents are going to be putting out, and we want them to be doing massive amounts of damage. Also, if we can remove the +1/+1 counter from this Barkhide Troll, and it gains Hexproof until end of turn. So it has a little built-in protection, and that's really good. We also have one Werewolf's Pack Leader, which I'm kind of wish I had more of these and less of these, but that's not how it worked out. It's 2 green for 3/3. Again, that's what we want. And if you attack with creatures with total power 6 or greater this combat, you draw a card. You can also pay 4 mana to make it base toughness of 5/3 and it gains trample, which is really good because we need trample to push through sometimes. So being a 5/3 trample is pretty good, even if it does cost us 4 mana. That Pack Tactics is really good because I'm going to show you why here in a second. But first, we're going to talk about Tainted Adversary. Tainted Adversary is 2 mana for a 2/3 Death Touch. That's already bigger, but you can pay 2 colorless and a black when it comes into play after it enters the battlefield, and it gives a +1/+1 counter, and you make 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with decay, which means they can't block and they die after they attack. You sacrifice it at end of combat. You can pay 2 colorless and black as many number of times as you can afford it. So if we're flooding out, Tainted Adversary can get us back in the game by going wide. It's really good. Plus a 2 mana 2/3 Death Touch. They don't really want to run into that Death Toucher. So it's really good defensively and offensively to try and take stuff out. Especially if we get the +1/+1 counter on it and make it a 3/4. That's really nice. Our next beater pairs with our Werewolf Pack Leader because it is Rotting Regisaur. And this is the whole reason I wanted to build this rock deck. Rotting Regisaur is a 3 mana 7/6. That is insane stat-wise. It has no keywords, which kind of holds it back. And at the beginning of your upkeep, you have to discard a card. So it's card disadvantage every turn. But we're a rock deck. We're going to be running our hand out there and not really holding on to a whole lot of cards very often anyways. So this is fine. Um, the 7/6 is massive. It is hard to deal with. It is hard to deal with unless your opponent has a go wide strategy and has a bunch of tokens to throw in front of it. But we can still usually get in even if they're doing that. It's just it is a beater, a straight beater. Also in the 3-drop slot, we have one copy of Groot's Harbinger. This is a 3-mana 4/3. Fortunately, it's double green again. It's hard to cast, but it's hexproof from black. Can't be the target of black spells or abilities your opponents control, so it can't be hit with targeted removal from black. When it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, you may look at that many cards from the top of your library. You reveal a creature card or a Garruk Planeswalker card from among them. We don't have any Garruk Planeswalkers, so we're just looking at creatures. And put it in your hand. Put the rest of them bottom of your library in any order. Anytime this connects, we get to look at the top 4 cards of our library and put a creature card in our hand. That is card value. That's card advantage. That is really good. That's why he's in here instead of something else. Will he get replaced in the future? Probably. But for now, he's fine. He's good. Overcosted 4/3 for 3 instead of a 3/3. It's all right. Next up is our 4-drops and our 1/5-drop, which is this is the meat of our package. This is our top of our curve. This is where we're wanting to get to. And we run a mixture of planeswalkers and creatures up here. The first ones are Blood Purveyors. This is a 4-mana 5/6 flying trample. That is insane. A 4-mana 5/6 flying trample. Now, whenever an opponent casts a spell, they get a blood token. They can pop a blood token and discard a card to draw a card. But you know that's they have to take 1 mana to do it. They have to discard a card. It takes some time and stuff. It's not always set up very well. And by the time we're at the top of our curve, hitting with this flying 5/6, we're hoping to close out the game. Really, we're hoping to have done enough damage to our opponent that this is just going to get through and just be lethal. So it also gets +1/+0 for each blood token the defending player controls. So the more spells they play, the more blood tokens they get, the stronger this actually is, the more dangerous it is. So they have a trade-off as well. Makes this guy really, really good, in my opinion. I haven't really fallen too far behind with him so far. But yeah, that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to slam just giant fatties like this. Then we have a copy of Sorin the Mirthless. Sorin the Mirthless is card advantage. 4 mana, comes in with 4 loyalty. You can +1 him. Look at the top card of your library. You may reveal that card, put it in your hand. If you do, you lose life equal to its mana value. We do not care about losing life in this deck. We do not care about our resources very much in this deck, including our life total. We just want to do as much damage as we can. But being able to draw an extra card every turn is just great. That's usually what we're going to be using it for, but we can create a 2/3 black Manbriar creature token with flying to lifelink, which might keep us in the game. If we ever alter him and deal 13 damage to any target and gain 13 life, that's great too, but I'm not looking at that. I'm just looking at his 2 first abilities, which are great. Good Planeswalker. Then we have a Spawn of Mayhem. Spawn of Mayhem is a 4-mana 4/4, but you can spectacle it, which if an opponent lost life this turn, we can pay this for 3. So it's a 3-mana 4/4 flying trample. So that's overcosted too, or undercosted too. Even at 4 mana for a 4/4 flying trample is pretty decent. At the beginning of your upkeep, it deals 1 damage to each player. Don't matter. If you have 10 or less life, put a +1/+1 counter on Spawn of Mayhem, so it can get bigger. Especially if we're losing, it can get bigger and try and pull us back ahead. So this is great. Another evasive threat at the top end of the curve that we're looking to slam and kill our opponent with. Next in our arsenal is the Venerable Questing Beast. I thought I had some of these already made, but I didn't. So I crafted this one. I might craft more. This deck might end up with a playset of them. We're not sure yet. But this thing is the bee's knees. It has 6 abilities. It is a 4-mana 4/4 with 6 abilities. The only drawback is it's legendary. That's why I'm not running a playset of them. Because they are legendary. But it is Vigilance, Death Touch, and Haste. It can't be blocked with creatures with power 2 or less. Combat damage that will be dealt to creatures you control can't. dealt by creatures you control can't be prevented. Whenever Questing Beast deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to target planeswalker that player controls. So we can hit an opponent and a planeswalker at the same time. So if they got a planeswalker over there, but we're still trying to focus down their face, we can just ignore that planeswalker with this, and we'll basically not ignore it, but hit it with this and them at the same time. Really, really good guy. Really good creature. That haste and death touch is nasty. Vigilance body means it can attack and defend. The death touch on it defensively is great. It's a wall. It's a wall. That's all it is. It is a beater. It is a wall. It is nasty. Moving on, we have Vraska, Golgari Queen. She is 4 for 4 loyalty. You can +2 her. You may sacrifice another permanent. You don't have to. You may. If you do, you gain 1 life and draw a card. If you don't, you just +2 her. That's fine. Her next 3 ability is destroy target non-land permanent with mana value 3 or less. Is what we use her a lot for. Yeah, sometimes we'll sack off like an irrelevant Llanowar Elves or a Barkhard Troll. We might dip a land to get her that card draw for first ability. But that destroy target non-land permanent with value 3 or less is pretty good. I never ultimated her. I've never used her emblem. Seems good. Don't really seem that great, but it's okay. It's there. But Hert's first 2 abilities are what we're looking for. For our last creature, we have Doom Whisperer. Doom Whisperer is a 5 mana flying trample 6/6. It's another overcosted creature. He also has an ability we can activate as many times as we want. We can pay 2 life and surveil 2, which means we look at the top 2 cards of our library, then we can put any number of them into our graveyard and the rest on top of our library in any order. So it's kind of like a scry, but you have to decide to discard the card or keep it on top. So we can manipulate top of our library with them in the late game, which is really good, so we can go find stuff that we need. So you can't complain about that. A 5 mana 6/6 flying trample that allows you to manipulate the top of your library it is pretty busted. So that's what our main game plan is. We also have a Castle Locthwain, and this adds black, but it also taps for 3 mana to draw a card. Then you lose life equal to the number of cards in your hand. So if we go card empty list in the hand, which we want to, with Rotting Regisaur, Vraska, we can use Castle Locthwain, Vraska, and Sorin the Mirthless to draw us more cards when we're in the top deck mode. So this is really good. This really helps. So that's what we have it in there for. Then we have 2 copies of Hive with the Eye Tyrant, which is a manland. For 4 mana, you can turn it into a 3/3 Black Beholder creature with Menace, which is really good because it takes 2 creatures to block it. And whenever it attacks, exile a target card from the defending player's graveyard. That's a little bit of tech. That's a little bit of control. We can control the graveyard, what's in it, so it can't reanimate or do other shenanigans. It doesn't come up very often, but it does come up from time to time, and it's okay. So 4 mana for a 3/3 is undercosted. Like, you don't want to be paying 4 mana for a 3/3 that's a hill giant. But when it's on a manland, it's good. Because if our opponent is nothing but wraths, sorcery speed removal in the form of wraths, where they're trying to take out multiple creatures at once, it won't hit this because it'll be a land when that wrath hits. And then on our turn, we'll turn it into a creature and then hit them. So this is really good against control. This is a control stop. It's just good to have man lands. It's good to have lands with utility and things to do with your lands. And this is one of them. Then we have one copy of Takenuma, Abandoned Mire. It comes into play and adds a black, or we can channel it for 4. And when we do that, we mill 3 cards and then return a creature card or planeswalker from our graveyard to our hand. It costs 1 less for each legendary creature we control, which means Questing Beast will make it cost 1 less, but we're not looking for that. We're just looking for 4, mill 3 cards, and return a creature or planeswalker, so we can just get a threat back. That's all we want it for. That's what it's good for. It's what we want it for. If not, it comes down as a land. That's fine. Then we have a Boseiju who endures. Another legendary land. This one taps for green. You can channel it, which means you discard it. Pay 1 in the green to discard it, and you destroy target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land an opponent controls. They search their library for a land card with a basic land type and put it on the battlefield, then shuffle. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature you control. 2 mana, it's already cheap enough. We don't care for a discount or whatever, but it's there. Perfect. This land should be ran in any green deck that you have from now until the end of time. It is too good. Then we have a regular land, 6 swamps, 9 forests. We have the pathways, which are green on one side, black on the other. You choose which one they are when they come into play. And then it stays in play as that. You can't flip it back over. You can't get both out of it, but you get one or the other. And then we have an Overgrown Tomb, which produces black and green. It comes into play untapped if we pay 2 life. If not, it comes into play tapped. So, really good land. We want more of these, but again, like I said, I don't have any rare cards right now, so I can't craft anything. I have 6 mythic rares. I don't need any more mythic rares unless I'm making more questing beasts, but I have 0 rares. And being a free-to-play player, it happens. So, well, I've rambled on for over 15 minutes about this deck, so let's put it to use. Here we go. Okay. Alright, just starting. Not the kind of hand we want to see. It's got 4 lands. I mean, we can cast everything we have, but we are low on action. We'll keep, but this is risky. This might be a loss. Just to let you guys know. We got to draw some action. If we start flooding, this is going to be really bad. Go ahead and play that. That's pretty plains. Go ahead and play that. We can draw another land, our 5th land. We never want to see 5 lands. We want 3 to 4. That's why I run 20. I should have mentioned that as well. What is that? Yeah, that's fine. Me and my dinosaur. We'll probably have removal for the Regisaur here, but if they don't, we're looking good. They have enough power to trade all 3 creatures with my Regisaur, but we're not going to do that. It's kind of nice to have these extra lands then to pitch. The sorcery speed. See if they trade. They might just put the doggo in front of it to block. Yeah. That was their plan. When we run Sworn out there, it's most likely going to die. I say we Thoughtseize them. Don't really care about any of this. No. I'll get rid of the major nasty card that they could bring out against us. That would really hurt us. I'm gonna go ahead and kill this guy. Just shut that down right now. Try and get him in low on creatures. They're probably gonna play out this enchantment creature right here. No, they play out another naturalist. That's fine too. Yeah, with 3/3 they can come in at us with. Not worried about it. Now we dip that land. And draw another dinosaur. Oh. Decisions. We really want... I don't know if we want the Planeswalker or the dinosaur. We can't really protect the Planeswalker, so I'm going to play the dinosaur. But first I'm going to attack. So it's better than one dinosaur? Oh, 2 dinosaurs. You had to draw a card, and put a +1/+1 counter on it. Now it has a lifelink. Hopefully the card they draw was dead. It was not. So got to write a sword. Now they're going to be able to hit us for 10. They're going to gain 5 and go to 25. They're going to hit us for 12. And draw a card. We're now at 3. We lost our Planeswalker. We can't play Spawn of Mayhem. It'll kill us in 3 turns. Our opponent has us this game. Their life total is too tall. I can't stop them from swinging in. We're pretty much done. I'll play it out so you can see what I'm saying. And now I have a 2/2 flyer. Play the land. Maybe instead of taking out this guy with my kill spell, I should have took out the guy that was giving the +1/+1 counters. That is probably a play mistake that I did make. I admit that. With this game might have been a whole lot different if that would have happened. I grant you that. So, that's about it. Go to 1 life here. Have no creatures. They pass turn. I draw into a Blood Pact. Give them the good game one more time. Blood Pact myself. Draw 2 cards. Lose 2 life. There we go. You live and you learn. We're still gonna play another. We're gonna play a couple more matches, just to see if maybe I can get a win. So let's get to it. The match has begun. Let's take a look at our hand. It is all black with 2 swamps. Normally we can keep a hand like this, but we are. Again, the hand thing is another problem. Gilded Goose, right off the bat. Not good for us. We didn't draw another land. That's a little iffy. But hopefully we do in the next couple of turns. We have some tainted. Cauldron Familiar. I do not want to deal with that. Oh, I threw it away. He can get it back too. Sacrifice of food. That's right. I forgot. I should have took the giant. And he attacks me with a goose for 0 damage. That's hilarious. Well, you can't meet Hook Massacre for 0, but I'd love to for 2. We'll go ahead and play a Tainted Adversary here. This might be a horrible showing, guys. Might be a horrible showing. They're gonna search the library for a basic land put on the battlefield. They get a red land. That's fine. I don't understand what this is about. I guess they're gonna make another food and get it back, which is fine by me. I'm actually going to play another Tainted Adversary here. I don't want to run out the Regisaur just yet, because I don't want to get cards out of my hand just yet. Brings back the Cauldron Familiar, trying to drain us and gain a life. That's hilarious. But he Artless hacks one of our Tainted packs, or Tainted Adversaries. That's fine. We get a green source. That's cool. Not exactly what we need. I am going to meet Hook Massacre. I am going to attack. That's fine. That's what I figured. They think they got me with that, but I'm going to meet Hook Massacre here for 2. It will kill my Tainted Adversary too, but that's fine. He's trying to ramp up to this giant, which costs 7. He's 2 lands away. Tormenting Voice will help him get there, but next turn he can probably put this down. But instead we get a 1/1 and we see a Lovestruck Beast hit the field. That's fine because I can put out something larger than a Lovestruck Beast. Actually, meet my Regisaur. I'm keeping a lot more elves in hand to pitch to the Rotting Regisaur so I can get Sorin out there. He'll be able to Beanstalk Giant next turn, and those things are 7/7s. Okay. We'll have to be prepared for that. He can double block here if he wants. He doesn't want to. I didn't think he would. And we'll run out Sorin. +1 Sorin. Goes in our hand, we'll play it. This allows us to draw cards. We really need to draw cards right now, especially to put up into 8/8s. So you say. I pointed at him. Why didn't my Thoughtseize go through? He had no cards in hand. That's why. I thought this was in his hand. It's not. He already played the adventure, so it's an exile. We can't get through. He can't get through. It's okay.
You fight for me.
There goes the other giant. And luckily, we have enough to block and kill one of the giants. But we are on the back foot. I'm sorry, we are on the back foot. Wasting that Thought Seize was pretty bad, but it really wouldn't have mattered. We would have had to dip it out of our hand anyways. We're not really holding anything. Our best look is the runner removal spell. Then we can basically stay in this game. But other than that, not really. Our opponents in the tank really don't know what they're doing. Okay. They had 2 timeouts. Our opponent could be experiencing internet issues. They could have been called away unexpectedly. They had the upper hand. There's no reason that they would rage quit. They really are ahead in this game, even if they trade one Beanstalk Giant. Um, I'm really not sure what happened to our opponent here. Feels bad. Feels bad. I'd love to pause the recording and skip a lot of this, but I can't. For some reason, what I'm using to record doesn't have a pause feature. It's just straight video. You turn it on, you turn it off. That's about it. I can mute the mic. That's all. That's all. And our opponent explodes. So we get a freebie. We'll take it. It didn't feel good. We wanted to win it. We wanted to win it on our own merits. So this will be our third and final match. I'm sorry, but then I'll have to cut the video because too long and it takes forever to download or upload. Okay, this is a good looking hand. I like this hand. Alright, hopefully it does not betray us. We'll go ahead and run out of turn 1 Mono Elves. We can go ahead and play Hive with the Eye Tyrant so it can play untapped. We don't have a 3-drop. We'll attack with our Lana War Elves. And play a Tainted Adversary. Pass turn. Opponent is on Guild Gates. Ooh, we'll have Gates Ablaze, which will blow up my board. We'll have to watch out for that sweeper. He'll have some other nasty things in that deck. His lands are slow, though. That's the only good thing about all this. Yeah, we're going to want to head and get our Regisaur on this. Our opponent doesn't have anything to deal with that Regisaur, so they immediately explode. They know they're too fast, and they can't keep up with us. So that was another victory. Since that one was so short, I guess we'll go ahead and play a 4th game. That's fine. Maybe we'll get another blowout win like that with a stellar hand and a good strategy. Looks good to me. We have a green source, 2 black sources, all black cards. We have a Thoughtseize turn 1, turn 2 Tainted Adversary, turn 3 Rotting Regisaur. Seems good. Alright. That's what I thought. I thought our opponent had mulliganed. That's even better for us. They are blue-black as a Temple of Deceit. They might be mill. Hop of the Eye Tyrant. Let's see what's going on over there. Shambling Gas isn't going to affect me. I don't care about the Cosmos Elixir. My creatures are smaller. Shambling Gas would be a problem. We're going to go ahead and run out the green so we can get double green early enough to get the Werewolf out. That'll be nice. That'll be nice. Alrighty then, they play another land. And they foretell a card. Most likely Poison the Cup or See Beyond the Multiverse. Player land. Most players play their land in the second main phase, but I play it in the first because I think it's better to have maximum mana during combat if you don't use all of it. And I don't forget my main draw, or I don't forget my land draw if I do it phase 1, where I might forget it if I do it turn 2. So that's the reason. I'm going to run out the Regisaur. Go ahead and skip the Tainted Adversary into the Regisaur. Or I've already played a Tainted Adversary into the Regisaur. I drew this one, I guess. They gain a little bit of life. We're going to discard this swamp right here. We're fine on 3 lands. Client wasn't working there. And we drew another land, which makes us really happy. We're going to take a big chunk out of our opponent's life here. We're going to play that land. And you better believe we're going to play this pack leader. 5s. We have lethal on them next turn if they do not play a creature. Yeah. We'll drop the Tainted Adversary and keep the Bloodchief's Thirst. Nah, we don't need to activate it. We'll just attack. Draw a card. Oh yeah, I forgot about the draw on the card. Box 7/6, box 3/3, is what figured. Okay, do I want to kill that right now? Nah, I think it'll be alright to drop this Barkhide Troll. We'll end the turn. We'll keep that land in hand, discard it to the Regisaur. That makes me not have to get rid of a card next turn. That's fine. That really does not hurt me at all. What do you think their last card is? Alright, think about this for a second. I'm not going to Thoughtseize them. I do want to play out my Rotting Regisaur again, which leaves me the Bloodchief's Thirst to hit. Yeah, we kick it, kill that. Draw a card, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Block whatever you want to block, you're taking 5. I think we're good. See, the great thing about our deck is we don't have to play out too many lands. We're good on low land count. And our opponent packs it in. It's too much for them. That's good. Like I said, our deck was firing on all cylinders and doing what it was supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. You know, those other games were flukes. Well, I say flukes. Those other games were games. It happens. You win some, you lose some. That's how Magic works. No deck is perfect. There's no strategy without a counter strategy. Thank you for watching. This has been my take on the Explorer format with Explorer Rock. And again, my name is Will. I run Magic the Friendly Tavern on Facebook and YouTube. Happy games, and as always, happy back pulls. We'll see you later.